Hello, hello, horror trivia fanatics.
Greetings, everyone.
So we got a action-packed evening for you tonight. Uh, First and foremost, we have a movie review from the Halloweeners on The Monkey. So you all should check that out if you haven't already.
Hearing a lot of good things about that one.
There are. You're gonna want to check that out. And after you play trivia, we'll have two movies again tonight, and we'll tell you a little bit more about those at the halfway point.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, what have you all been up to this week?
Work.
Work's important. Work pays the bills, allegedly. Sometimes it doesn't.
Not much. Haven't seen anything new in a while.
No, I guess the monkey came out today, right? That's
Yep.
that's the new. I do want to see that.
Oh, I did see Captain America, though.
You did see
As a
that.
comic fan, that's the best I could say.
It has definitely snowed. We have gotten way too much snow and rain
Lucky.
and all kinds of nonsense. And I'm actually in Western Tennessee tonight, this weekend. I went to go see my mom. So I'm recording from a basement in the middle of nowhere that we finally got cable internet out here. So it's amazing. 2 years ago, couldn't do this remotely. So
I'm in California, and it was 80 degrees today.
it was definitely not 80 degrees today. It has not been 80 degrees since. Actually, there were some 80-degree days in October. We have 80-degree days absurdly long into the year in Kentucky. So there may have been 80-degree days in November. But, oof.
I like the cold.
Mail. I've got mail going out to people. I had to double check on the addresses. If I don't have your address, send it to me. For some reason, Joseph, I don't know if I've ever gotten an address from you or if I've lost it. I owe you stickers. Shan, we got your
I
address
think I might
figured
have
out.
sent you Joseph's.
Okay. Let me look. I'll have to look at Pete's message then. I remember getting it, and then I'm like, I couldn't find it in my. I've got a saved list of all the repeat winners.
Yeah, I think I
couldn't
sent it
find
to you.
So I'll double check that. And Andy, I don't think you've never sent an address. If you want us to send you stickers, I'm happy to send you stickers. Just give us a mailing address. You can just direct message us or hit us up in Discord or send Patrick an email at hello@kingsofhorror.com. But let's see, we got some decent questions tonight. I think there's some tough ones. I think
There's
that
Shelby questions all tonight.
They were all Shelby questions.
They were all
this
Shelby
week.
questions.
I was inspired. Good variety. Gosh, I'm trying to think.
I'll tell you, I'll get the theme for next month.
Yes.
Poltergeist related.
Poltergeist related. Technically, we're calling it supernatural, but
the excuse to say poltergeist multiple times.
We're going to say poltergeist so many times. Yeah, Joseph, I think you did. So I'll just look through my messages more better because I knew I had it because I've definitely sent you stuff. So and Peanuts, it rains all the time, doesn't it, over there? Isn't that like the thing in Britain? It just rains. Well, I've had enough precipitation. I'm done. I need it to dry out over here.
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain last week. That's about it.
So I just need sun, and it needs to dry out, and let's get to some 50s and 60s again, please. It'd be fantastic. But what else is fantastic is trivia. And we'll start off with a serial killer question. To Catch a Killer was a 1992 TV movie featuring the pursuit of John Wayne Gacy. What was that clown alter ego of his known as? Was it Presto, Pogo, Bonzo, or Bingo? And can we all just agree that any of those clown names are equally creepy? This is probably your easiest question tonight, I think.
I was just watching a documentary on this fella, so that answer's fresh in my head.
Alcohol's ghost. Anyone know what happened to Dark Shade Films? Oh, well, I don't know. They just disappeared.
I do remember reading, because we have it mentioned on the channel, that I am happy that when I found out that Toxic Avenger is going to get a release this year.
I knew they couldn't bury that for long.
Nah. It's been done for like 2 years.
I mean, it's got to be some kind of weird tax fraud thing they were trying to pull off, right? Like that whole thing where they make a movie and they
they say
intentionally
it's too
sandbag it.
offensive. I was like, have you seen the first one?
Yeah, have you seen any trauma film? Have you seen Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, have you seen any trauma film?
Man, that I still can't. I'm still mad. That damn Joe Bob with the Eli Roth and they picked Mother's Day. That was so smug and smarmy and gross. I'm like, man, you all know I don't like Eli Roth.
But what you do like is Stranger Things, maybe. But in Stranger Things, what did Vecna connect with as a boy? And that's the Black Widow spiders, a rat under the stairs, grandfather clock, or a fellow tough subject. What did Vecna connect with as a boy?
That hard if you've watched Stranger Things, but people haven't. So
was there some Black Widow spiders, a rat, clock, or
I've enjoyed it. Like I didn't really jump on the Stranger Things train like initially, but like I let 2 or 3 seasons pass, and then I watched like 3 seasons at once. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm glad I didn't like watch it all and then have to wait 2 years between seasons.
I stopped. The last episode I watched was the season finale where the sheriff guy disappeared, but then you found out he wasn't dead. So I got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be nice to finally get an ending because they did a great job building that world together, but finishing it, like that's a great piece of work. Like I think they're gonna tie up a lot of loose ends. I like the Duffer Brothers. It's a nest of Black Widows.
Yep, nest of Black Widow spiders. I mean, out of those 4, I connect mostly with a fellow test subject, staying away from the bugs and rats, of course.
Man, it makes me. I always feel like the town I grew up in was like a witness relocation program. It was like we always had these weird neighbors that came in. Like, why are you here? Like, this place makes no sense.
And they moved 6 months later. Like, what?
You could drop like a pin on a map, and you still wouldn't accidentally pick my hometown. I was like, this is a government relocation program. So is this early 2000 feature based on Jack the Ripper. Is it the Midnight Maniac, the Butcher of London, Part and Parcel, or From Hell? Peanuts, you better get this right.
I would hope. Did they ever catch him, or is he still one of those mysteries?
I think they technically never caught him, right? There's always like theories on who they thought it was. I think eventually they'll probably definitively say, yeah, it was this person, but Johnny Depp. It was Johnny Depp. However, I think a couple of these would make great movie names because they are fake movies.
Part and Parcel.
Part and Parcel is a good one. That's in the None for You universe.
Yeah, that's in the None for You.
That's when they're doing like human sacrifices. From Hell.
In the None for You universe, Part and Parcel is a fellow film.
Of course, Josh is playing tonight, and they're all my questions. These are Pete did these questions. If there's any dispute on an answer, Pete made the questions tonight. Josh. Shit.
Josh is technically,
Well, Josh is also technically in the 2024 Trivia Tournament of Champions, which I have almost finished making my list of questions for, and they are brutal and they are fact checked. So, I will be sending my participants. You'll be getting an email with details soon, or a direct message if I don't have your email.
And we still got some trivia left for tonight. So in Hereditary, what is a demon payment? What are they known as? Is it a poltergeist, a fallen angel, evil spirit, or a djinn? What is the demon paimon from Hereditary known as? Telephone pole? No. A poltergeist, fallen angel, evil spirit, or a djinn? Not a big fan of this one. I thought it was okay. I mean, the mom, Toni Collette, was good when she's screaming at the kid, but
the pole is my favorite part.
It's
the favorite character. I'm gonna get yelled at. This question might get me in trouble.
We'll see how split it is. It looked pretty split.
Evolving, it takes a lot of work to get wrong answers on all 10 of them. It's technically a djinn. It's technically it's technically an evil genie, which is more specific than evil spirit. Evil spirit's a generic answer. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. You're not allowed to kill me. I'm your host. Kill Uncle Pete. He's the co-host. Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear it, guys. You want to make the questions? Don't be chiming in if you're not going to make the questions for me. But you know what we can do? We can talk about the movies tonight. That's a good distraction, right?
Yeah.
People buy that. People. Let's do a distraction. That's good. I'll pause the game. So our movies tonight. What's our first movie, Uncle Pete?
I don't know how it's pronounced, but Taku Het, The Legend of Bigfoot. When the film crew scouting location stumbles on about a massive footprint of unknown creature, their curiosity is going to quickly turn into a nightmare. And of course, what starts as a simple camping trip soon becomes a desperate fight for survival, as they do in movies. But they attempt to document the legendary Taku Het, a beast, has haunted the area for generations. Trapped in this territory, they realize it might be too late for some legends. Maybe they're best left undiscovered.
Here's this movie poster. Spooky. Looks like they're having a fun time in that movie poster. That's what you always like to see. And I know you all can see the question, and I don't care. I hope you get this answer right whenever we answer the question. But the second movie tonight is going to be Four Hands. Much easier to pronounce than the first one. And it's English subtitled, so I guess it's a foreign language film. And bound by tragedy, sisters Jessica and Sophie have never left the home where they witnessed their parents' brutal murder as children. Haven't we all? When they learn that the killers are set to be released on parole 20 years later, Sophie begins experiencing terrifying blackouts, waking up to find herself responsible for unspeakable acts. Ooh. Sounds like one of them Italian horror movies, honestly. But here's that movie poster. It's a little bit more mysterious. Look at that back tat. You know they're up to no good. So make sure to watch both of those. Those will be coming right up after trivia at the top of the hour. And with that, we will get back to the game. So I hope you've had plenty of time to study for this question and cheat. We'll resume it here so your answers will count. Go ahead and type those answers in. What is in a Catholic demonologist's kit? It's referenced in many movies, but it used to be an official position on the New York NYPD. Had a Catholic demonologist. The guy volunteered as it to do rites. So, what would you put in that kit? I know what I'd put in that kit. Out of these answers, sometimes you just got to fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying?
I have a feeling, Shelby, something is going to...
Look, I'm going off of what was actually in his inventory on the kit, okay? He had holy water and a wooden cross in his. Look, when you're a Catholic demonologist, you can put a rosary and exorcism rites, but that's a given. If you're going to be doing demonology, you got exorcism rites memorized. You don't even have to read them. Come on. Get your incendiary rounds.
It's coming. I know it.
God, everybody hates me when I make questions. I don't want to hear it. You all make me questions. Turn them in. Pick the gun. When in doubt, pick the gun.
Hopefully you can pick the right answer in this one. So, what is the motive for the family to move to a murder house in Sinister? Was the father a filmmaker and the space will make a great studio? Does the family inherit it? It was too good of a deal to pass up, or he's an author and wants to write a book about the murders. So what was the motive for that family to move into that murder house? Filmmaker wanted to use the space.
House. This is a murder
Family
home.
inherited it. It was a good deal, or guy was an author. Ethan Hawke. There's some general creepy scenes when he's reviewing that stuff and you see the deaths.
Bonus question. What was the name of the best-selling book that he wrote? I think we asked that as a question like last year.
Dude, like when they get pulled into the pool and stuff, some of them things like, ooh.
I love the titles of the movies. We've definitely asked a question about the titles of the home movies. pool party and yard work and road trip. Man, those are some great like one sentence horror movies, right? He's the author.
All right. Most
Believe
of
it
you
or
guys
not,
got that one?
Ethan Hawke can read and write.
Yep.
You heard it here first. He is literate. Hell of an actor. But he can also read and write, which is good for him. Unlike that Eli Roth. I don't think he knows how to read or write.
I'm trying to think as Ethan Hawke, but anything that I hated. I like Daybreakers. That was pretty good.
Dude, Daybreakers is kind of one of the best vampire movies made.
I think Daybreakers is like kind of underrated.
It is way underrated. That is a well done movie. Pecks the keyboard. He does kind of type weird, doesn't he? In the book, yes, the book question, but it turned into a movie. What is In a Dark Place? A story of a true haunting. What movie was that turned into? Was it The Conjuring, The Changeling, Insidious, or A Haunting in Connecticut? See how I connected the book and the movie?
Yep. People get angry at the book questions, but
I don't know if people can read. That's people get so upset about the book questions. I sometimes I question your all's literacy. I love you, but we are doing this on YouTube. Just, kids watch YouTube on their iPads now. So back in my day, you had to sign into the internet to get onto YouTube, and the videos were all less than 4 minutes long.
Yep.
And you had to spend 20 minutes loading them.
Yeah, like the search feature was like it took forever to find anything.
I swear to God, you had to type individual URLs in. That was a thing. There was a time before search engines. I remember that. Damn, you guys got this well read. Okay, all right. Haunting in Connecticut. I thought I was going to get you with the Conjuring. I got you evolving. Sorry. Well, Nick, we know you can read, but I have questions about the rest. Peters is offering a library card proof.
X Jeeves. I'm old enough to remember X Jeeves.
You're a dog pile. It would search all the search engines. Alta Vista.
Remember when? And I know it's not too old, but when Bing tried to take over for Google,
that was a thing.
What's also a thing is the movie Salem's Lot. But what was the inspiration for the character of Kurt Barlow in Salem's Lot? Vlad the Impaler, Nosferatu, Count Dracula, or Anton Wojtek?
Dracula.
What was the inspiration of Kurt in Salem's Lot? Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Tepes.
I thought I'd get in trouble for this because technically a book question too.
Yeah, Count Dracula or Anton Wojtek.
What? This is only a TV movie, right? They've never done like a feature length movie of Salem's Lot. Isn't it? That's like a development hell or something. That's the weirdest. Like,
I think it came out. I haven't seen it yet, but it did come out.
One. It was like one of those like
I don't know if
it's
like a 2-hour movie or a miniseries.
Crazy.
If somebody in the chat knows,
it did come out. Okay, Nick says it came out. For how old that source material is, like for all the other King works that's been made since then.
So it's a regular movie.
Nick says this came out, and Josh says it's a 2024 is the feature film. The first one's like a TV movie, though, right? Or like a miniseries. Nosferatu. It was so. You can tell they piece it together.
Yeah.
Damn, tough crowd.
I just started reading the book, doing research, so looking forward to it.
Josh says there's 2 miniseries in one movie. Have you done a timeline on Salem's Lot? Is there enough material for a timeline?
Yeah, I think he has done a mini timeline.
I think he has done a mini timeline. I feel like that's familiar. You know what should be really familiar? And if you're a channel subscriber or a patron, I gave you this hint. I guess Patrick did it. He's my Patreon boy now. Where does Michael Myers get that iconic mask? Does he steal it from a trick-or-treater? Does he make it in his weird little nest? Does he steal it from a hardware store? Or does he find it in a garage? Or does he steal it from the set of Star Trek? He beat up Shatner and ripped off his face. That's the actual true answer. He peeled off Shatner's skin. And that's why Star Trek was canceled.
I thought he got the mask from the sister's boyfriend. Isn't that the real Halloween movie?
I don't acknowledge Rob Zombie.
No, I have an unabashed love for that movie.
That was actually maybe the only thing in the Rob Zombie Halloween that I liked. It was like, okay, that's a cool way to get the mask, right? That would make kind of sense. Yeah. He's like mowing him down when he's a kid and he steals it. Okay, cool.
I don't think it's better than the original by any stretch, but I do love it.
That scene was like passable, but like the beginning was okay. It was just the rest of it was so bad. So bad. Like, how do you
It's
start
just that
out with such a great premise?
every character was unlikable. Like you couldn't like anybody in that entire film.
Uncle Pete is on permanent timeout for his Rob Zombie love. And Chris says the best thing about Rob Zombie's Halloween was when it ended. I think you can say that about the new Halloween trilogy too.
Yeah.
Since those cowards didn't give us the Halloween 3 arc we deserved.
And finally, what was another nickname of the Boston Strangler featured in a 1968 movie? The Measuring Man, the Gray Man, the Death Dealer, or Bitch. What was the nickname? We will find him in there. It's been a while. What was the nickname of the Boston Strangler featured in a 1968 movie?
We all know what it really is. It's Bitch.
Measuring Man, Gray Man, Death Dealer, or the aforementioned Bitch. And if it's not number 4, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, what is the point? Like, are you even trying to be a serial killer? If you're not willing to commit to being called the bitch, I mean, come on.
What's more terrifying, a serial killer called the Death Dealer or a bitch?
I'm scared of a bitch 10 times out of 10 because you just don't know what they're gonna do.
Exactly.
I know exactly what the Death Dealer is gonna do to me. I have no idea what the bitch is gonna do to me. Ha! I got him.
Only one person, Sumner. Summer.
The Measuring Man.
Sumner.
The Measuring Man. He's coming to measure your ween. Your weenus. Right here. This is your weenus.
And some people did think it was bitch. Mad respect.
Yes. Thank you, P-Nerps. What does it say? I'm on a laptop. Tired. Is that a coffee cup? Tired.
Yep, it looked like.
P-Nerps sent us a couple of pounds. But how do you say that? What's the difference between a pound and a pence, P-Nerps? Oh. British me.
Jason congratulations. First win of the year.
Yes. Is that an outright win? Is that 9 or 8? It's so small.
It is
9.
small.
Okay. Very nice. No. Nettie, very close. Nettie, you've been in the money all year long here. And just
Elaine up there too. Again. Elaine tying with Nettie.
Okay, so pence is like the pennies part. Okay, the cents. I got you. That makes sense.
Bunch of people with 7, like most everybody else with 7.
Okay, I don't want to hear Nick. Nick, I had a rough one with my 7 out of 10 right. Obviously, my questions were not hard, and they were controversial once again. But we had a great turnout. You all, you're packing the leaderboard here. Weenus is elbow skin. Hell yeah. That's the kind of nudity you all subscribe to. Sometimes the nipples do slip through on the channel. So sometimes we get hit in trouble for that. So we have to it's not my fault the AI can't catch it. Okay, I don't feel like we should be punished. If it gets through the first screen, we should be allowed to keep it on the channel. That's my opinion. YouTube's some cowards.
Definitely check those movies out tonight. That Bigfoot one sounds kind of interesting.
It is. Again, it is Takuhei, The Legend of Bigfoot. That's the one coming up next here in the next 3 minutes. And then Four Hands will be on an hour and 45 minutes after that. So cool. Uncle Pete and I will let you go take a pee break and get some beers or whatever you're drinking tonight. And we'll see you next week. Don't forget to
go check out that review of the monkey.
Yes, go watch the Halloweeners. They have a spoiler-free section of the monkey review, but they've got a full review after that. But you're properly warned, so you can stop it before you see anything you don't want to see. From what's his name? Oswald Perkins, who's like the son of Anthony Perkins. That's pretty cool, right?
That's cool.
So, it'd be even cooler if Anthony Perkins had a cameo in the movie, but I don't think he does. But anyway, you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Might see you in the chat tonight.